Day 12, and technically this was the last day of the cruise. We were docked overnight in Tokyo, so we basically had one last full day to squeeze in everything we still wanted to do. And I had a plan. Did we actually follow that plan? Not exactly. But honestly, this ended up being such a fun final day in Tokyo. Our first priority was Onitsuka Tiger in Ginza. We got there right around opening, put our names in, and got number 31 in line. And that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about shopping in Tokyo. There is a line for everything. While we waited, we walked around Ginza. A lot of the stores weren't open yet, so we did some window shopping at Dolce & Gabbana, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, and Tiffany. And yes, Tiffany already had a line before they even opened. Of course they did. Then ReFa opened at 10:30, so we obviously had to go in. If you love Japanese beauty products, this store is dangerous. They have all their famous beauty tools, hair dryers, styling tools, rollers, brushes, basically everything you didn't know you needed until you walked inside. I ended up buying one of their brushes for myself, but my favorite purchase was actually a gift. They had these adorable little pink heart-shaped compact brushes, and I got one for my future daughter-in-law, Lena, and they were able to personalize it by etching her name right onto it. It was such a cute little gift, and I loved that we could have it customized while we waited. So we gathered up our packages and headed back to see if it was finally our turn at Onitsuka Tiger. We finally got inside, picked out our shoes, and had them customized to commemorate our trip. The catch? We couldn't pick them up until later this afternoon, so back out into Tokyo we went. Next, we headed over to Asakusa for our ring-making appointment. We actually made our rings from vintage Japanese coins, which was such a cool experience. We hammered them, shaped them, and turned them into rings ourselves. I did a whole separate video on this, but this was definitely one of the souvenirs that means so much more because we actually made it. Afterwards, we started walking towards Senso-ji Temple and just wandered through the streets of Asakusa. This is such a fun area to explore because there's little shops and restaurants everywhere. After spending the morning in polished upscale Ginza, Asakusa felt completely different. And then we made it to Senso-ji. This is Tokyo's oldest Buddhist temple and one of the city's most iconic sites. We came through the Kaminamaron area and walked around Nakamisa with all the little shops and food stalls leading toward the temple. I really wish we'd had more time here because there's so much to see. But by this point, we were also absolutely starving. So we took in as much as we could, grabbed some photos and video, and then food officially became the priority. First up, Imo Pippi. And if you've seen my other video, you already know how I feel about this place. Hot, sweet, Japanese sweet potato, bruleed custard, purple sweet potato, ice cream. And because apparently dessert before lunch is completely acceptable on vacation, we followed that up with some Wagyu skewers. And then McDonald's. Because after almost 2 weeks in Japan, sometimes you just want a little taste of home. Except, of course, we ordered all the things we couldn't normally get. Samurai mac, a shrimp burger, a teriyaki burger, edamame, and corn. And somehow this entire feast was only about $17.50. Then it was time to head all the way back to Ginza because our shoes were finally ready. Was this a process? Yes. Did we spend way more of our day dealing with these shoes than I expected? Also yes. Was it worth it? 100%. Honestly, my only regret is that I didn't buy another pair. And with our shoes finally in hand, it was time to head back to the ship, which was such a strange feeling because we weren't coming back to relax and get ready for another port. After 12 days, our Celebrity Millennium cruise was officially coming to an end. But our trip isn't quite over yet.